Good evening, everyone. We have our bridesmaids approved speeches here.
But we're going off script.
Just kidding. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us today. For those who are coming from close and from far to celebrate Iain and Emma's marriage, you all look so lovely. For those who don't know me, my name is Galen and my PIC here is John. By the way, Emma, you look gorgeous. And Iain, not bad. Together we have had the pleasure of knowing Iain for many years. Iain, we were always worried about your judge of character because, well, you chose us as your friends. But since meeting Emma, all those worries have washed away. You're a great friend to us all. You're always there to keep us from falling or to pick us up when we found some trouble. Always the responsible one. We cannot wait to see the future you and Emma create.
Well, as Galen said, my name is John. I've been friends with Iain since high school. I can honestly say that Galen is right in questioning why Iain was friends with us in the first place, but I can also say that being friends with him has made me a better person. Iain is a kind, straightforward, intelligent, and considerate man with a great sense of humor. And I've had the pleasure of knowing him for all these years. And I remember when he first mentioned Emma to us a few years back when we were at our friend's cottage. Naturally, being the kind and considerate human being he is, Iain was telling us about her as he was, making us breakfast without even being asked to do so. I knew then that Emma must be someone special to catch Iain's attention. And from the time I've spent with her, I can honestly say that he's met his match. I'll give you an example from their engagement party, where it was their day to celebrate the beginning of their lives together, but they were going around making sure that everyone at the party was doing well and was looked after. I think it goes to show just how wonderful they are as individuals, but also as a couple. They make each other better while also being a supportive partner to each other. So here's to many more years of happiness, friendship, love, and support, and hopefully impromptu breakfasts. Much love to you both and your parents for putting up with you for this long. Cheers, and Piero.
Having Emma as a big sister means more. For the most part, I get to see her go through each stage of life before me. Emma is a great role model, but the one complaint I have is how she makes everything look so easy. I've learned not to be fooled anymore by how gracefully Emma handles life and to be prepared for myself to stumble through those same events. But when I do stumble, I have a big sister to answer my questions and give me wonderful advice. Emma managed to plan this beautiful wedding while facing all of the challenges that COVID has thrown at us. For that reason, I'd consider her to be an expert on wedding planning, and I'd like to thank her in advance because I know I can count on her to guide me when my turn comes. It didn't take long for me to recognize how well matched Emma and Iain are. They truly are a power couple, and I think Iain is very lucky to have a girl that knows exactly what she wants and who isn't afraid to communicate those things. I wish all the best to the happy couple, and I know they have a wonderful life full of adventures ahead of them. Welcome to the family, Iain.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emily, and this is Serena, and we are two of Emma's 6 bridesmaids. We have 50% representing us up here today.
When Emma asked us to be bridesmaids, we were so flattered. We are both part of the same sorority as Emma, and there was often a lot of talk about sorority sisters turning into your bridesmaids, but it was crazy to think that that was shaping up to be true. I know I can speak for all of us when I say she's one of the most important people in our lives, so it's an honor to be here on the most important day of hers. However, as the big day approached and she told us she wanted us to make a speech to 70+ people after isolating and keeping a distance for over a year, my first thought was, how can I get out of this? But as Iain can tell you, it's almost impossible to tell Emma no and get away with it. Planning a wedding is no easy feat, and planning a wedding in COVID has presented more challenges than anyone could ever have anticipated. But like most everything else in life, Emma handled it with grace. I could read a laundry list of Emma's merits, from her selfless nature to her unwavering support of her loved ones, but I was told we only have 3 minutes for this speech, so I'll just say this. Emma is a once-in-a-lifetime friend. She's the kind of person who will drop everything to be there for you. Even if being there means sitting next to you while you eat your feelings on the floor, or driving 20 minutes out of your way to check on the creaking sound you heard and search your house for ghost intruders or both. She has a tremendous capacity for love, going to the ends of the earth for the people she loves. And we all knew whoever was lucky enough to win her heart would have a true partner for life.
And then she met Iain. Wearing the pink Hawaiian shirt she still teases him about to this day, that made 2 appearances in the ceremony. And he matched her energy in a way I have never seen before. Like Emma, Iain is the epitome of thoughtfulness, and he loves Emma the way that every human being deserves. From grand sweeping gestures, like a dream proposal in Paris, to Wednesday afternoon flowers, just because, Iain lives and breathes kindness and compassion. When Iain reached out to us about his plans to propose to Emma, we all thought maybe he was looking for ideas. But no, he had it covered. And I, a true stickler for details, as Emma will tell you, had absolutely 0 notes, which is not really a thing. He knows Emma maybe even better than we do, and we could not have dreamed of a more perfect match for either of you than each other. The 2 of you will have the most beautiful marriage, and we are honored that we have gotten a front row seat to your love story. Watching your friends fall in love is one of life's greatest privileges, but watching Emma fall in love with Iain has been something truly special. Iain has a laundry list of merits of his own, but from my very biased perspective, his greatest one is that he knows what he has in Emma and knows exactly what it takes to make her happy. This day has been a fairy tale, but it's worth noting that Emma is also a fan of its contemporary equivalent, the romantic comedy. So we thought it was only appropriate to end with an iconic line from When Harry Met Sally.
When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you want the rest of your life with someone to start as soon as possible.
Please join us in raising a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Campbell. Wishing you both every happiness today, tomorrow, and every day after. Congratulations.
I'd now like to invite up my parents, John and Mary Beth, the bride's parents, to give a toast to the happy couple.
Okay, ground rules. 3 minutes, talk quickly, don't cry. Okay.
We've got this, okay?
No.
We've got this.
No promises.
We got this.
Emma and Iain, how do we begin other than to say, what a fantastic day? It has been such a thrill for all of us to be here to share this special moment with you. Thank you for gathering us all together in this magnificent setting to celebrate your wedding day. It has been no small feat to make this happen with all the challenges that have been put before you in the last couple years. Kudos to both of you for the patience and persistence it must have taken to pull this all together.
Emma, you look radiant. And much like the Disney princesses you loved growing up, you look every bit as dazzling tonight. You were always meant to wear a princess ball gown, and your dad and I are just so happy that the childhood magic still thrives within the amazing woman you've become.
If you look around this beautiful venue tonight and take notice of all the special touches, many of the wedding decor, the table runners, the boxes, the windows, and the signs were handmade with love by Iain and Emma.
That is the kind of team that they've grown into. You know, it takes a special bond between 2 people to plan a wedding during a pandemic with rules and invitation lists changing weekly. Every one of us together here tonight in this room are exceptionally important to Emma and Iain because, well, we made the cut at least 5 times.
It is a bit surreal for us standing here tonight at our daughter's wedding. Say, thousands of memories, moments frozen in time, running through our heads. From the day you were born, to camping trips at the Pinery, pulling you over the sand dunes to the beach in your little Tykes wagon.
Ballet performances,
Brownies
figure skating competitions,
and music recitals.
and lest we forget, all those abandoned kittens that you brought home.
And now a new memory of our beautiful, accomplished daughter sitting here with her husband before us. Oh yes, still my turn. Of course, as parents, we all hope that our children will find their true person. And we can stand here and say without reservation tonight that Emma has found hers.
Actually, did you know that they were matched twice before they finally decided to go out on a first date?
I had heard that story, and it would seem that even the dating apps knew they were destined to be together before they did. It is a testimony to the importance of family to you that all of your siblings were part of the ceremony today. Michelle standing for her brother, Powell ushering guests, Laura at her sister's side, Nick accompanying his mom, and not without to forget Emma's Poppy, who I shared the honor of walking our little girl down the aisle. Still my turn?
Still your turn, honey.
It shows the importance of family to you. I'm on. Yes. We have just witnessed the shifts in tide and seen the devotion between Emma and Iain grow, and how they have learned to put each other above all else, above all else.
And yet, they still prioritize family events, showing up with homemade cakes and Starbucks, and don't you stop, and ensuring that everyone's special days are always celebrated. Emma, we could not be prouder of the remarkable person that you've become. You have so many talents and passions to share.
You have an incredible capacity for compassion and a strong sense of values, and never let life's burdens compromise your beliefs. And on this day, you have married a man whose values and convictions are equal to yours. Thank you to Marlene and Scott for raising such a fine.
We are truly very proud of both of you.
Emma and Iain really do have strong convictions.
Oh, Emma pulls Iain, sorry, not Emma, Iain Duncan Campbell. He pulls the police card on me every time he comes by my house and sees that I've been digging up trees from the side of the highway, like it's a crime or something.
And that is why they would turn the uncomfortable prospect of public displays of affection into something that would benefit their favorite charity.
Hey, John, do you have a wallet in that fancy suit of yours? Got a wallet in there?
I do.
Yeah? Oh,
Thank you. Thank you. So, what am I going to find in this wallet, John? Ooh. Whoa. Ooh, there's the big money right there, people. It's a C note. Woo! Big money. I'm just going to check in my purse right here. Ooh. I got one of those too. So, can you hang on to this for me just for a second though? Just for a second. You got it? Okay. Okay. So you got more in here, eh? You're holding out on me, right? You're holding out on me. So we got more. Okay? We got more. Here, hold on to that. What does that add up to now?
220.
Okay. We got more, people. There's more in here. Oh, we got a 10 spot right here. Right here. What do we got now?
230.
230. Okay, we got a $5. But you know what? I think we should leave the poor guy with the $5. What do you think? Okay.
I do have to tip the bartender at some point.
Here you go.
Thank you.
So, a kiss for a cause is Emma and Ian's way of helping to rescue abused and abandoned dogs. What's my next line?
You're down here somewhere.
That's my next line. And we want to challenge every one of you in this room to dig deep. Send us e-transfers if you have to, but dig deep and help Emma and Ian do some serious rescuing on their wedding day.
So, to that end, we are donating $230. And make no mistake, for that, we expect one hell of a PDA.
We do. So, help us out, guys! Come on! Help us out! Emma and Ian, put on the dog. Okay.
Now that was a $200 gift.
No, do you really think so? Like, I think that was okay, you know, but
Okay? Okay.
what do you guys think?
Okay, the
Okay, what do
audience-
you guys think? Boo! You may have to read me a line. I'm okay.
This is when it gets tough.
Okay.
Okay,
That's what we were looking for, guys.
Okay, are we good
So,
now?
we're good. Are
Okay.
you guys happy? Are you guys satisfied? Was that $230 worth of kissing?
All right.
Okay.
Ian, we know.
Okay. Ian Duncan Campbell. Sir, Ian, we know without a doubt that our Emma, is in very good hands. And we know that you will never forget to take her on adventures, big or small, to listen to her heart, and to love her fiercely.
Our wish for you is that you never forget what you mean to each other today. I know, we thought it'd be easy.
Okay, so here's the truth. Emma told us we weren't allowed to have cue cards, and neither of us needed them until tonight. Tonight, we need cue cards.
For some reason, it all went out the window. Yeah.
Relive. Thank you, Marianne. Relive your first date. and go back to the Rito Center food court every year. Okay. Set aside this anniversary and remember, seriously, remember why there was a second and a third date. Remember this. And Iain, wear the pink Hawaiian shirt because secretly, I'm sure she loves it.
We hope that you always set aside time for horseback riding, camping, apple picking, and going to the spa.
Bringing each other Starbucks and writing each other those little notes around the house.
And making time to remember why you love each other so much.
Be reminded of what motivates you as individuals and what inspires you as a couple throughout this incredible adventure and journey. Incredible journey, that's what the notes say, by the way. This incredible journey that actually begins today. So, sir,
We're doing, oh,
Here?
is that mine?
there you go. We would like to propose a toast to our lovely daughter and her new husband. I'm okay now.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Emma, although you are too old to hold my hand, you will always hold my heart. I am incredibly lucky to call you my daughter and my friend.
And we feel blessed to welcome Iain to our family and thank him for the laughter and happiness that you bring to our daughter. Our wish is that you love her every bit as much as we do, and perhaps even a little more.
So everyone, if you would join us to Emma and Iain.
Well, thank you so much to John and Mary Beth. I think you broke the rules. I saw some tears. So for the next toast, I would like to invite up the parents of the groom and also my parents, Marlene and Scott, to say some words and give their well wishes to the newlyweds. So thank you.
So good evening, everybody. My name's Scott. Next to me is my lovely wife, Marlene. We've been married 35 years, so hopefully we set a good example for the future. We're Iain's parents. So before we get into the speech proper, and we do try and promise to keep it short, Marlene and I would like to welcome all of you to the wedding, and we'd also like to extend a few thanks. So first of all, to Emma's parents and Emma's family, extended family, we'd like to thank you for welcoming Iain into your lives. Greatly appreciated. To the wedding party, we'd like to thank you for coming here to stand up with Iain and Emma, to show your support for them, and hopefully to help them plan the wedding a little bit and execute the wedding and, de-stress them. Yeah, I see that, YJ. And finally, to all the rest of the friends and the family here, thank you very much for coming here to help us celebrate their wedding and to show their support. Your support in the coming years is going to be critical.
Oh, I might need somebody's reading glasses. They're dirty. All right, I'm sure everyone may know a little bit about Iain, some of you more than others. I'm sure there's a few stories that
Could be told.
Could be told, won't be told, shouldn't be told. But we thought we'd give you a brief history of Iain's 29 years. Okay? Iain is a military brat. Born to us in Kentville, Nova Scotia, while we were posted to 14 Wing Greenwood. From a very young age, we always knew Iain was going to be special because of the way he interacted with others. Some early memories were of him sitting on the front lawn as a baby, as an infant, and he would pull off his socks. And he would use these socks to suck on. Needless to say, he had a nickname, Socks. Or practicing his first lifelong ambition while sitting on his grandparents' kitchen table with a steering wheel in hand, pretending he was going to be the next Zamboni driver. You know it's true. Our family pet at the time, we had an Irish setter called Bacchus. There's a theme with the names of our pets. Bacchus was somewhat loud, very rambunctious, and so one of Iain's first full sentences was, "Bacchus, shut up!" Of course, he said this in front of his grandparents for the very first time. As a toddler, Iain liked to try things, and one evening, he's walking around the coffee table, and he decided to sneak a drink from one of the glasses on the table. He gets the biggest, the silliest, the smirkiest grin on his face. We're watching this, and we realize as parents, I'm sorry, we're in big shit. Like, we are in so much trouble, okay? You see, Scott and I are Scotch drinkers, and in that glass was Scotch. And unlike most children who would grimace, pull up their noses, roll their eyes, and just go yuck, Iain is just like, oh my God, this is so good. So we had acquired the next Scotch drinker within the family. Well, and then there's his love for coffee, which also started at a very young age. One of the things Iain and I would do is we went grocery shopping together. And at that time in our lives, it was paycheck to paycheck, but it was a real treat. I would get my Tim Hortons coffee. It would sit in the cup holder in the grocery cart. I would go and get the lettuce or whatever. I would come back, my coffee is gone. 3 years old. Needless to say, Iain no longer napped. Iain, we have seen you grow from the shy, blonde little boy with a love of dinosaurs, to breaking your first Taekwondo board at the age of 6, to exploring the world as we moved across Canada and across the ocean, to getting your black belt as a teenager, becoming lifeguard qualified, playing football and rugby, graduating from RMC, and then police college. The loving and caring person you are shows in the unique and rare relationship you have with your sister, Michelle. You get along and always have. There has never been any sibling rivalry. You have been each other's sidekicks and confidants since the very beginning. You have looked out for each other and encouraged each other right through university and to now. You have always been a very loyal and caring person. Thinking of the other person and encouraging others, Iain is the type of person who will hold open a door for you. He will help an elderly person who has fallen on the sidewalk. He will assist at car accidents, which there have been a few, I think more than a few, and encourage his teammates at RMC over the finish line and over the wall. Having you as a son has enriched our lives and filled our hearts with love. But don't get us wrong. There have definitely been some trying moments, frustration, angst, maybe a few clips across the back of the head when needed. But you have nurtured, we have guided, we have loved you. But now you are a man in love and have married the love of your life. You may no longer have the need you once had for us, but we need you always, as our love for you will continue to grow.
Yeah, I need those back. So Emma, as a younger man, Iain may have had one or two relationships before you. Looking for a soulmate. None of those were right. We see now. And Iain was very, very fortunate when he met you. We could tell right from the start that he was, smitten. He was just knocked out. It was easy to see the love that he had for you whenever he spoke of you. And we'd never seen him put so much into a relationship or ever seen him as happy in one. Now, of course, we also see the love that you have for him and maybe a little bit of patience. And we've seen how you've made him a better version of himself. Because of the love that you have for each other, Marlene and I are really confident that you will enjoy a long and happy married relationship.
Sorry, it's over 3 minutes. Today is a day to celebrate. We are sure that Iain's grandpa is looking down in his quiet, stern but loving way and grunting his approval. As for your Oma, who wanted so badly to be here today, she is looking down at this happy moment with the biggest grin on her face and tears rolling down her cheeks as she looks down and watches over you both. We know that they are both here today in spirit, and they would both fully approve. Before we move on to formal toast, we would like to formally welcome Emma to the family, and would also each like to offer a little piece of advice, as we do. From me. All right, so we offer advice a little more often than we should. We try not to, but it happens. All right, here we go. From me, I would like to say, remember that the little things matter. To hold each other's hand while you walk down the street. A small touch to your back as you pass by each other by the kitchen island. A hug out of the blue. These little things, regardless of how small, will help build intimacy and love that you have for one another, and will have the biggest impact.
So for me, preparing for the speech, I was looking online, as everybody does nowadays, and I found something that really hit true to the heart. There were 7 words that I came across that really were in this article, were talking about as being essential to a successful marriage or any relationship. So the first set of those words, yes, dear, you've heard me say many, many times. The next two, you were right. Maybe a little bit less often. And the final ones, I'm sorry. So in the months and the years to come, you're going to have disagreements, you're going to have arguments. That happens. When it does, don't make assumptions. Never stop communicating with each other. Always try and talk things out, and really never, ever, ever go to bed angry. Try and remember that communication isn't just talking, it's also listening. And remember that you need to try and see things from the other person's point of view. When all's said and done, if you keep those 7 words in mind, yes, dear, you were right, and I'm sorry, everything really should be fine. Try not to say them like that, though.
It works, 35 years.
So getting married is the start of a journey that's going to last you the rest of your lives. You've each found your soulmate, and your marriage vows are essentially you telling each other that you're going to be soulmates forever. If you pursue your marriage with love and compassion and understanding, you'll be well on the way to a journey of a lifetime. Marlene and I are very proud of you both. We love you both unconditionally. We love what you've done already and are really looking forward to what you have to bring to the future. So now to close out, I'd like to ask everybody to join us, raise their glasses in a toast to the newlyweds. To Iain and Emma, may you have a long, happy, healthy marriage, blessed with unending love and friendship. Sláinte.
Well, a huge thank you to Scott and Marlene, Mom and Dad, for those sentiments.
Well, I hope everyone's been enjoying the night so far and enjoying their dessert. We'll now have our final toast of the night from the couple of the hour, Emma and Iain.
So we're going to keep this short and sweet to make up for the 3-minute speeches that happened earlier. First and foremost, we want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for being here. It means the world to us to have all our nearest and dearest be a part of our special day.
We also want to say thank you to our parents, siblings, and wedding party for their support and assistance throughout these past 2 years of planning, as well as for being there as we navigated the ups and downs of planning through COVID. We also wanted to say thank you to the venue staff and all of our vendors that have contributed to bringing our, and by our I really mean Emma's, Pinterest wedding dreams to life.
We are so excited for this next chapter of our life together, and we ask that you all raise a glass. Here's to you, our friends and family, to love and to this next chapter ahead as husband and wife. Cheers. Cheers.